Hello, so this is day 40 with our Pavlik Harness. 2 weeks down. Yeah, that feels like quite an achievement given everything that's been going on the last few days. So just a bit of an update really. So as I was saying, Max has seemed much more settled since we adjusted the harness a few days ago. One thing I am noticing now is we are strangely getting a little bit more nappy leaking, which I'm guessing is because he's able to kick around a little bit more. The harness is a little bit looser, probably looser than it should be given we've done the adjustments ourselves, but that's a little bit problematic. We had a 2:30 a.m. nappy leak last night, which meant we were vest changing in the middle of the night and all that sort of stuff, which isn't ideal. He was then super awake, he then wouldn't go back to sleep, and then we had another leakage after that. So I think we just need to reassess how we're doing nappies. We were actually trying to not fasten them as tight as we generally would, just because where his legs are sort of stuck in that froggy position, the nappy was starting to dig in a little bit. Even though we were upsizing the nappies, the inside sort of strappy bit was sort of cutting in. So we were doing them a little bit looser, and now he's obviously moving around a little bit more. That's going against us. So need to have a little bit of a rethink how we can do nappies to avoid leakage, but actually to still make sure that he's comfortable. I'm still not 100% happy with the way the harness is. I actually messaged the physio again and just sort of asked her if there was anything else that we could do to sort of rejig the harness, just to sort of see if we can stop that leg slipping. We weren't actually due to have a follow-up scan for another 2 weeks from now. Or actually no, it'll be another 3 weeks from now. And I sort of want to push to have one done a little bit sooner, sort of given the problems that we've had and the harness not sitting generally in the right place. I feel like waiting another 2 weeks is a little bit unnecessary to assess if anything's sort of gone wrong with the hips. From speaking to sort of a few people that are in the sort of support groups, I've heard some really positive and not so positive news stories this week from them, which makes me sort of a little bit apprehensive to find out what's going to happen. I know one lady whose daughter was fitted on the same day that Max was, has just had her 2-week follow-up, and she's doing great and exactly where she should be for 2 weeks, sort of post harness being fitted. And then another lovely lady I've been speaking to, I think she watches these videos and I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning that her daughter hasn't had such positive results in sort of 2 weeks, and now she's sort of being referred to another hospital for closer monitoring. So obviously my worry is now that Max's legs haven't been in the optimum position for a certain number of days, and if that's done him any harm, and I just don't want to wait if I don't have to. So I'm waiting feedback from the physio on that. I do have an appointment on Monday and then an appointment on Thursday, which was just for harness adjustment, nothing else. But hopefully we can get a scan done on that Thursday, just to see where we are more than anything, and then if any intervention or closer monitoring needs to be done, then we've sort of saved 2 weeks rather than sort of just sitting it out for the sake of sitting it out. I was hoping to actually get Max on this video today. I feel like he hasn't popped up for a little while, but the only opportunity I'm finding to come away and film is when he's asleep. As you can imagine, it's a little bit hectic being away. We're also just starting to get prepared for our trip home. I'm trying to think of any ways that I can get him on the plane so he can feel a little bit more comfortable, rather than sort of the 2 positions he was in last time when we flew out here, sort of just straddled over my leg or up over my shoulder, which wasn't really pleasant for either of us. Aside from that, sort of it is what it is at the moment. We're just rolling with it. I'm sort of constantly feeling like I'm just waiting. It feels like it's a constant game of ping pong with this harness. Sort of we do something, then we wait, and then we need to do something else, and then I'm waiting for a physio, and then they're coming back to me, and then we're being reassessed, we're waiting for an appointment. all of that sort of stuff. So I'm hoping we'll get to a point soon where it sort of does just become normal and it's real and all that sort of stuff. But right now it's sort of 2 steps forwards, 1 step back with everything. Once you think you've got the hang of something, sort of the nappies for example, then something else crops up and now we're leaking and all that sort of stuff. I did actually take his feet out the booties yesterday, I think it was, and gave him a bit more of a clean. Since we'd done that readjustment with the physio over the phone, I'm now really super conscious of what his skin is doing, so I'm just making sure we're trying to do more cleaning and pseudo creaming. And because his knee does keep slipping out the harness, we were told to just keep adjusting it as best we can, which I feel gives me now the ability to take his feet out of the harness and sort of give a clean and then put back in a better position. So yeah, just doing that. So yeah, nothing else really to report until the physio hopefully comes back to me. I'm going back in on Monday anyway, so I'm just going to keep pushing as I have been up to now. But yeah, we'll just go with it and wait and see what happens. But cool, catch you later.